Today I am decorating my dollhouse for Valentine's Day using super simple and inexpensive supplies. I found these little wooden pieces and heart confetti at the Dollar Tree, and honestly, that's one of my favorite places to look for miniature decorations. You can find the cutest things for just a few dollars. I'm using acrylic paint to give everything soft Valentine colors, and I used cooking skewers and random wood pieces to make my tiny decor accents. I love looking at everyday items and thinking, how can this work in my dollhouse? That's what makes it so fun, and it doesn't have to be fancy or expensive. You can create really unique pieces just by getting a little creative with basic materials. I use scissors and hot glue to put everything together, and it comes together so easily. This is one of those crafts that looks adorable but is actually really simple to do. Decorating for the holidays in a dollhouse is one of my favorite things because you can change the whole vibe of a room with just a few tiny details. It makes everything feel cozy and special. And the best part is every piece is unique because you made it yourself. I love projects like this because you really don't need anything fancy. Most of this came from the Dollar Tree or things that I already had at home. It proves you can make something adorable without spending a lot. I always think it's amazing how just a little paint can completely change something. These plain wood pieces suddenly start looking like tiny Valentine decorations once you add some soft pinks, reds, or in my instance, purple. I'm always looking at everyday objects and thinking miniature, cooking skewers, scrap wood, random shapes. In a dollhouse world, everything has potential. This is the fun part where it all starts coming together. A little hot glue and a little patience, and suddenly you have tiny decorations that look store bought. One of my favorite things about dollhouses is decorating for the seasons. Even tiny spaces can feel festive, and it makes the whole house feel alive. Crafts like this are just fun to do. They're relaxing, creative, and you end up with something unique that no one else has. I'm really happy with how these turned out. It's always kind of amazing to me how something so small can make such a big difference in a space. When you first look at these pieces, they're just plain wood shapes and little confetti hearts, but once you add some paint and a little creativity, they start to look like real decorations. This is one of the reasons I love miniatures, crafting so much. You don't need expensive supplies or fancy tools. A lot of the time, it's just about seeing potential in simple materials. Things that most people would walk right past in a store. I'm over here thinking, that could totally go in a dollhouse. I also love decorating for holidays in miniature because it changes the mood of the whole room. Even tiny seasonal touches can make everything feel warmer and more alive. It's kind of like decorating a real home, just on a much smaller and cuter scale. And honestly, projects like this are just fun. They're relaxing, they don't feel overwhelming, and you end up with something unique that no one else has. Every little piece has personality because you made it yourself, and I think that's what makes a dollhouse feel special instead of just staged. I'm really excited to see how these look once they're actually in place. I think handmade decorations just have a different kind of charm. They might not be perfect, but that's what makes them feel warm and real. I also love that this kind of decorating doesn't take a lot of time. You can make a few tiny pieces and suddenly the whole room feels ready for the holidays. Little seasonal touches like this make the dollhouse feel more lived in, like someone tiny actually cares about their space. It's fun imagining the dollhouse as a real home and thinking about how the people who live here would decorate for Valentine's Day. Okay, now let's see how these look in the dollhouse. I love how these little details make the space feel warm and full of personality. It just shows you don't need expensive miniatures, just creativity and a little imagination. I love how this turned out in my dollhouse. And thank you for crafting with me today. I hope this gave you some ideas to try in your own mini spaces. Happy Valentine's Day, and I'll see you in the next project.